Oh, I forgot. I pulled a card for us today. So I don't know if you can see it. My day begins and ends with self-love and appreciation. So it's a nice Friday reminder. On the back of the card says, I wake up in the morning loving myself, praising myself, and telling myself I love being me. I was taking an online class the other day, and the instructor said, you're one of a kind. You're one of one, right? You're unique. So treat yourself as though you are one of a kind. I thought that was kind of cute. There's only one of you. Gardener's on his way. We're gonna start in a back bend. So if you have a prop you want to use, great. If you don't have a prop, you're gonna roll your mat in half. So an easy way is just to kind of roll the mat in half. Or you can come down to blankets, bolsters, blocks to find a little heart opener. So if you use the folded mat, you just come down. So it's right at the base of your rib cage, and then the shoulder blades come on to the floor. You can open your elbows out however you'd like. In lieu of this, you can come onto blocks. You can recline on a bolster. Just like to open the heart a little bit in the morning. And once you settle in here, we're going to take a deep breath in through the nose. Sigh it out through the mouth. In through the nose. Out through the mouth. One more time. Coming into 3-part breath this morning, inhaling to the belly and the low back, then the ribs and the mid back, and then the chest and the upper back. As you exhale from the chest, then the ribs, and then the belly. So you start to bring your attention and your awareness to the breath. Relax the muscles of the face. Soften the space right between the eyebrows. Let that be your focal point. Take a few more 3-part breaths here. Just noticing the parts of the body that maybe feel a little tight this morning. And also noticing the parts of the body that feel relaxed, that feel soft. Taking it all in. And let's take one more deep breath here in through the nose, out through the mouth. We're going to roll off of the props nice and slow. We'll return to our backs for a moment. So just take your time as you roll off to the side. Remove your props or unroll your mat. And then come down onto your back, hug your knees into your chest. And just start to rock around a little bit, massaging into the back of the body. So if you have something to use as a strap, you can grab it now. Do a little leg stretch before we start to flow. We're gonna come on back to center. You're gonna grab whatever you're using if you're using a strap. We're gonna do the right leg first. So you're either gonna take your strap around the ball of the foot for a single leg stretch. If you don't have a strap, take your hand behind your thighs and just straighten the leg up. If you have the strap, relax the elbows, soften the upper back. Flex the toes, root the hip down into the earth. You can keep the left foot bent, especially since we're not warm yet. You might want to keep the leg bent, just kind of pushing the mat away, like you're trying to push the top of the mat away from you, give you traction. Or if it feels okay for you, you can straighten that leg down, flex the toes up towards the ceiling. We're going to stay with that 3-part breath. Inhaling belly, ribs, chest. Exhaling chest, ribs, belly. Feeling that breath expand into the sides and the back of the body. We're going to open the leg out towards the right. So if you're using the strap, take both straps in the right hand, relax the left arm, and just open it out as far as you comfortably can, keeping that left hip heavy. We don't want that hip to come off the floor. We want to keep it down on the mat. Soften the right knee. As you exhale, bring it back to center. Change hands with the strap. Relax the right arm. We're going to keep the right hip on the floor today. So the right hip's going to stay heavy. You're just going to cross the leg over as far as you can. You can create a little more space by taking your thumb and your index finger to your right hip crease and gently kind of rolling that hip out, pressing that hip away. Find your way back to center. Pause. Release the right foot. You're going to let the legs go long. So both legs go long on the mat. Toes and feet splay out. And just pause here for a moment. Scan the back of your body. And notice how the back of the body connects to the floor. Notice any differences between the two sides. Good morning, Kristen. If you have a strap or anything you can use as a strap, you might want to grab that. If not, that's okay. We're going to bend both of the knees, feet on the floor, take that to the left side. So again, you can use the strap or interlace the hands behind the left thigh. Maybe you're pressing that right foot into the mat, pushing the mat away, or maybe the right leg goes long. Relax into the upper body as much as you can. And just honor your body. If you're feeling tight, bend the knee. The leg does not have to be straight. So we're not forcing anything. We're just easing into the body. We haven't really moved yet, so the muscles aren't warm. We're going to open it out to the left. Your right hip stays heavy. Stay connected to your breath. Breathe into the stretch. As you exhale, bring it back to center. Right leg goes long. If it's not already there, cross it over. Hip stays heavy. Maybe you take your index finger and your middle finger into the hip crease and gently slide it away, opening up the left hip. And bring it back. Release, let both legs go long for a moment. Take your strap off to the side, leave it handy. We're going to point the toes, reach the arms up overhead. And then hug the knees into the chest. From here, we're going to roll to our side, press up, come into tabletop. And we're going to start in a child's pose. Supporting your knees if you need to. Take the knees nice and wide. Settle in. Spread your fingers. Press your palms into the floor. We're going to start to take our rolling cat-cow tilt, bend the elbows, peel the heart, lift the tailbone, round the spine, sink back towards your child's pose. Bend the elbows, slide forward, lift the heart, and round. Continue. Finding your own rhythm, finding your own flow. Next time you land in child's pose, pause. Take your right arm, slide it through, reach, gazing under the left underarm. And switch. Reach the left arm through. Unwind. Plant the palms. Come up into tabletop. Find your foundation, lower belly in and up. Take your left leg back behind you. Pause here. Release the left knee down, right leg back. Toes can always come down or the leg can lift. We're just pressing like you're standing on the floor. You're pressing your foot into a wall. Release that knee down. Left arm reaches up. Release the left hand, right arm reaches up. Release the right hand. Left leg goes long again. Toes can stay down or the leg can lift. You can stay where you are, or you can also reach the right arm out. Breathing, lower belly in and up. Trying to stay really still and stable through your center. Release. Right leg goes back. Maybe stay here. Maybe the left arm reaches out. Pressing out of that right shoulder, pressing into all 5 fingers. Release. Draw a couple circles to one direction. And then opposite. Bring it back to center. We're going to find a squat at the back of the mat. So as always, it's either a full squat or a half squat. So you're going to curl your toes, walk yourself back, full squat, or you're going to walk yourself back and come up into the half squat. So wherever you decide to be, you can still do the twist. You're going to take your right hand either to your right thigh or to the inside of the right leg. Inhale, left arm up. You can reach it up towards the ceiling, or you can wrap it behind your back. Release it down. Opposite side. Again, the arm reaches up. Maybe it wraps. Maybe you're up here. Release, come back to center. You're going to take your hands to the floor. Walk yourself back to table. Shake that out for a moment. And then find your downward facing dog. Curl the toes, lift the hips. You can always skip down dog and hang out in tabletop instead. Free movement. If you're in down dog, really push the top of the mat away so you can lift your tailbone a little higher towards the ceiling. Your ears are between your arms, your upper arms. The back of the neck is long. Soften the knees, lift the tailbone a little higher. Release the knees back down. Take your left leg in between the hands, however you need to get it there. Ankle and knee right on top of each other. Inhale, Sweep the arms up, interlace the fingers, index fingers up towards the ceiling, shoulders down the back. Sink into the hips, lift the heart. Deep breath in. Exhale, release the hands down. Step the left foot back. Pause, ground, lift the heart. Pause as you lift the heart. Inhale deeply. Exhale, round the spine. Pause as you round the spine. Breathing into it. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, round the spine. One more. Coming back to center. Step the right foot in between the hands. Ankle and knee right on top of each other. Float yourself up. Relax your shoulders. This time you're going to interlace your thumbs. Press the palms away from each other as the shoulders slide down the back. You can stay right here, or you can lift the heart slightly. Keep pressing the outer hip bones towards the midline. It's going to help keep you balanced. Deep breath in. Exhale, release. Step the foot back. Spread the fingers, lift the heart. We're going to hold. No tension in the neck. Our spine is in our cow tilt. The back of the neck can kind of go wherever. I want you to breathe into this a little deeper than you normally do. Deep breath in. Exhale, round the spine and hold. Back of the neck. Neck is relaxed. Exhale everything out. Inhale. Next inhale, you're going to lift the heart. Exhale around the spine. One more time. Bring it back. Find your squat at the back of the mat. So whichever one you took last, you can go back to that, deep squat or half squat. This time we're just going to hang out. So maybe your full squat, maybe your half squat. Try to find a neutral pelvis. So we're not lifting the tailbone too much. We're not tucking the tailbone too much. And then wherever you are, you're going to come into your forward fold. Good morning, Rebecca. So you're just going to fold forward over the legs. Soft bend, grab the elbows, shake it out. While you're here, see if you can shake your head, yes. Exaggerate that shake. When the chin comes to the chest, we can really stretch the muscles that are right next to and on the spine. And then shake your head no, bringing one ear to one shoulder. So you're really exaggerating that movement. Draw some circles. And then just pause. Deep breath into the back of the body. Exhale everything out. Inhale halfway, lengthen. Hands can come anywhere on the legs to find that length through the spine. Exhale, release it back down. We'll do that 2 more times. Inhale, find your length. Exhale, release. Last one. chest through the feet, all the way up towards the ceiling. Lift the heart. And bring your hands down by your side. We're going to go ahead and take a wide stance. So wide stance wherever you are on your mat. Actually, I take it back. Stand here on your mat because you're going to take a wide stance next, but bring it in. Coming into Tadasana for a moment, rooting down through the feet. Stack it all up. Hips on top of ankles, shoulders on top of hips, ears on top of shoulders. At the same time, you're lengthening up through the crown of the head, so the chin is parallel to the floor. Just feel like a string is pulling you up. Shoulders are heavy. 3-part breath, belly, ribs, chest. Exhale, chest, ribs, belly. So we inhale it up. Exhale. Feel the breath in the back of the sides of the body, just like we did before. And now we'll start to flow. We're going to inhale the arms up, interlace the fingers. Reach up and lean over to the left. Inhale, come back. Over to the right. Come back. Release the hands. Now we'll take a wide stance. We're going to reach the arms up, touch the fingers, bend the elbows like you're making a circle. We're going to do that same thing as we come into a full circle below. Come on up. Take the arms out wide. Pivot your right toes forward, bend your right knee. Pausing in your warrior. We're going to reverse it. Reach it up. Lift up out of that front hip. Press into the back foot. Shoulders down the back as the heart lifts towards the ceiling. Inhale, float back to center. Pivot the toes forward. Warrior to the other side. Left toes pivot, bend the knees. Reverse. Lifting up out of the lower body. Inhale, come back. Pivot your toes forward. Arms up. Bend the elbows, fingertips touch. Same thing as you fold forward. Inhale up. Arms reach out. Pivot your right toes forward, bend the knee. Reverse warrior. Turn your palm. Backhand can slide down, can wrap behind. Rooting through the feet. Softening into that shoulder, away from the ear. How's your breathing? As you inhale, you'll float back to center. Pivot your toes to the other side. Straighten that leg. Pivot. Bend that front knee. Reverse one more time. Lift up. Bring it back. Pivot your toes forward. Circle above, bend the elbows, lift the heart, and below. All the way back up. Arms go long. Pivot. We're going to take the forearm to the thigh. Backhand can come to the hip. It can reach up. It can reach over. As long as this top hip is sliding, or top shoulder is sliding back, you're lifting your heart. It's like you're leaning against a wall as you root through your feet. Maybe the arm reaches up. As long as the shoulder can stay away from the ear, you can reach it up overhead. You can also move it. You need to open up into that shoulder this morning. If you want to work harder, you're always welcome to take this right arm and lift it off of the leg. On an inhale, you'll pull yourself back, pivot, sink in, forearm gently to the thigh, maybe you keep that arm up, your choice. Hand to the hip, move it around, reach it up. Just check in with the breath. If at any point you're holding the breath, retaining the breath, then you took it a little too far. On an inhale, pull it back up to center. Toes pivot forward. Make that circle above, that circle below. Reach the arms up towards the ceiling. Arms reach out, pivot the toes over to the right. This time we're going to keep that front leg straight. Reach forward. This back hip does not move. It stays in, and then spill it over. Same thing, hand can stay at the hip. Press the shoulder back. You can reach the arm up. If you find that you're kind of coming forward over that leg, you've gone too far. You need to pull it up and back. So we want to lean against that wall. Keep this left hip in without kicking it out. Just remember not to dump into the right leg. We're lifting up out of it. As you inhale, soft knee, pull yourself back up. Soft knee, pivot the toes forward, opposite side. Front leg stays straight, hips press in towards the midline, reach, and then spill over. So when we do it this way, we don't go quite as deep because we're trying to keep the hips together. If you notice that you don't go as deep in this version of triangle, that's why. Because a lot of times we kick the hip out. Gives us more space to go deep, but it changes the alignment. Again, that hip can just stay. Hand can stay on the hip. Want to work harder? You can lift the right arm or left arm. Inhale, soft knee. Come back up. Pivot your toes forward. Circle above and below. Float it up. Arms reach out. One more time. Pivot. Front leg stays straight. Reverse triangle. Lifting up out of that front hip. Breathe into all that space. Inhale for center. Switch it up. Reverse. Trying to create space on both sides of the body. So try not to just sink into the right side. We're still creating space there. We'll bring it back on an inhale. Pivot the toes forward. Circle above and circle below. We're gonna come all the way up, and then we're gonna come all the way back down into our fold. Hands can come wherever you like. Maybe the hands come underneath the shoulders, maybe you grab some props. You can also walk the hands back so the hands are in line with the feet, bending the elbows slightly, letting the head fall towards the floor. So wherever you are in your fold is fine. Honor your body where you are today. Try to get a nice release in the back. Take a really, really deep breath right into the back of the body. Exhale everything out. Inhale, long the spine, hands come underneath the shoulders, frame the face. Exhale. Pivot the toes out, bend into the knees. Keep the knees bent, press the hands into the thighs. We're going to twist over to the right, press the left thigh away as you twist. Switch it up, opposite side. Bring it back. Press yourself all the way up. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, the hands come down by your side. Step your feet in, coming into Tadasana. Arms reach up, interlace the fingers, index fingers up and over to the left. Up and over to the right. Inhale for center. Release the hands. And pausing here where we started. Stacking it. Lengthening up through the crown of the head. Shoulders are heavy down the back. 3-part breath. Belly, ribs, chest. Exhale, chest, ribs, belly. Feel that. Notice if it feels any different. Take a deep breath in. Big sigh out. And let's shake it off. We're going to walk to the top of the mat. Inhale, float the arms up. Exhale, fold forward, fingertips to the floor. Plant the hands, step the right foot back. You're welcome to keep the back knee lifted if you want to work a little bit more today, or drop the back knee down. Choice is yours. I'm going to modify. We're going to inhale, float the arms up. Interlace the fingers, index finger up towards the ceiling. Shoulders down. Maybe you stay here just reaching up. Maybe you add in that little back bend, lifting your heart up towards the ceiling. Pressing everything towards the midline so the hips are stable. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, release the hands. Curl the back toes, lift the back leg if that knee is down. We're going to pause here. Step back into your plank. You can modify and drop your knees. I want you to take your time in your transition. So maybe you're in plank, maybe you're in modified plank. Shoulders back, lower belly in and up. We're going to slowly come all the way down to the belly. Shoulders back, elbows in. Press the tops of the feet and the hips into the floor. Inhale, peel the heart for cobra. Maybe it's baby cobra, maybe it's big cobra. Maybe you come all the way up into up dog. Choice is yours. Inhale. Exhale. We're going to lower down the way we came in. Nice and slow. Press back into your plank, whichever plank you took. And then you're going to sink back into child's pose. Curl the toes, lift the hips, downward facing dog. Walk, step, or jump. You're going to find a fold at the top of your mat. We're taking our time with the transition. We're not rushing through it. Inhale halfway, lengthen. Release. Press the feet all the way up, reach for the sky. Exhale, hands come down by your side. Inhale, arms float up. Exhale, fold. Left foot steps back, big step. Again, you either keep that back leg lifted or you lower it down. Float the arms up. You can stay right here. Otherwise, we're gonna grab the thumbs. So we hook the thumbs and we press the arms away from each other, sliding the shoulders down. Maybe you stay here, maybe you lift the heart. Take a deep breath in, come back to center. Exhale, release the hands, frame the foot. If the back knee is down, we're gonna lift it. Step it back. So either regular plank or drop the knees to modify. Very slowly, come on down, slowly as you can, with as much control as you can muster. Point the toes, elbows in, shoulders back. Feel the heart. Take a different version of cobra. Inhale deeply wherever you are, and release. Press back into your version of plank. And then child's pose. Curl your toes. Downward facing dog one last time. Walk, step, jump, forward fold, top of the mat. Halfway lift. All the way down. Inhale all the way up. Hands come down by your side. Reach the arms up towards the sky. Bring the hands down to the floor. Bend your knees. Get a nice release in the low back. Thighs press into the belly. Belly presses into the thighs. Take a deep breath into the back of the body. Exhale everything out. We're going to step back, lower the knees down. Slide the feet off to the side. We're going to do one seated pose. If you have your prop you want to use for your stretch, you can grab it. If not, no big deal. So we're just going to do a little upper body stretch and then we'll come down. So if you're using the strap, you're going to bend the elbow and take the strap into the left hand and just drop it down the spine. You're going to take your right hand, walk it up the strap. And if you don't have a strap, you can still do the same stretch. You're just kind of reaching for your fingertips. You can grab your shirt, just kind of whatever you can handle, or if you can make it, you can grab the fingers. Just breathing. Take a deep breath in. Big sigh out. Very slowly release. Roll up the shoulders, move the head around. We'll do the same thing on the other side. So you can either take your hand down or drop the strap. The opposite arm is going to walk up. You'll find that one side feels a little easier than the other. Take a cleansing breath. Release. Just roll it out, move the head around, let all of that go. So we started class today with our heart opener. You're going to take whatever props you used and you're going to place that under the hips. So if you used the mat, you can use the mat again. So I will demo with the mat. We just rolled it up about halfway. If you have a blanket or a block or a bolster, use that instead. We're essentially coming into a modified bridge or a supported bridge. So if you're using your mat, you're just gonna lower down. So the mat is right underneath the flat of the back, so it's on your sacrum. If you have a prop that you're using, you just come down, lift your hips, slide your prop underneath. So once you find that spot, you're just gonna settle in, let the hips be heavy. You can reach your arms out, maybe bend the elbows, maybe turn the palms up towards the ceiling. The knees can stay bent. They can drop together. The legs can go long and splay out. What's going to feel best for you in this moment? We're going to take a cleansing breath in through the nose, out through the mouth, in through the nose, out through the mouth. One more time. Three-part breath, belly and low back, ribs and mid-back, chest and upper back. Exhale, chest softens, ribs softens, belly softens. Staying focused on that three-part breath, using the inhalation to create as much space as you can without creating tension. And using the exhalation to soften, to release. Take one more big three-part breath. You're going to lift the hips, remove your props. If you're using a rolled up mat, just slide it out. We're going to take the arms out and just windshield wiper the legs back and forth. Taking your time, no rush. So a few more minutes of your day. There's no need to rush. This is your time. Bring it in, hug the knees in, give them a tight squeeze. And then release, coming into your relaxation, whatever position you'd like to rest in. Releasing any control of the breath. Let the breath move freely. Just take these few minutes to soak up all the benefits of your practice. Take a deep breath into the nose. Start to feel back into your body. Wiggling your fingers and your toes. Circling your ankles and your wrists. Maybe take a big stretch, pointing the toes, reaching the arms up overhead. Eventually hugging the knees into the chest. When you're ready, rolling to your side, pressing yourself up, finding a comfortable seat. Taking a moment in stillness, just being present in your body. Feeling gratitude for your body and all that it's been through with you. Take one last deep breath here collectively. Inhale, reach the arms out and up. Big sigh, let it all go. Pausing with your hands at your heart. Thank you, ladies, so much for joining me today. I hope you all have a wonderful Friday and a wonderful weekend. Namaste.